See cash? Drew?
Yes, Drew Martin. I'm the Conservation Chair for the Los Angeles Group of the Sierra Club. I'm also elected to the Palm Beach County Soil and Water Conservation District. I'm here on behalf of the Sierra Club. And I first want to say that development rights, no one's entitled to upzoning of their property. People who bought these properties to be farms are entitled to sell those properties as farms and to get the amount of money that they would get for farmland. If the county so wishes to provide them an additional amount so that they can get a little more, that would be acceptable. However, it's not acceptable to allow them to turn that into a development simply because they had always hoped that that would be what would happen. I mean, I hope I win the lottery every day, but I'm not entitled to win the lottery. I buy a ticket and maybe I'll win and maybe I won't, but I accept the facts that are on the ground. This is zoned as agriculture, and if we change that, then we're impacting everybody in the county, and it's really not just about who lives or works in the ag reserve. Now, one gentleman talked about tractors. It should have been 80-20, now it's 60-40. Well, if there's 40% allowed for development, and that development should be for a tractor, then that's fine. If allowing a facility for tractors, if you want to call that part of your 40% development, it's not agriculture. Even though he services agriculture, that's commercial. So the problem is, what do we call agriculture and what do we call commercial? And that becomes a very serious issue, because every time we call something that's commercial agriculture, then we take land away from agriculture, and we know what's happening, that farmers are being boxed in more and more. Now we know times are changing, and the times are changing in the way that people want to buy local food. We know that's coming. Why is that coming? Because I really don't trust food from China. I don't really maybe even trust food from Mexico. Now, right now, maybe the food comes there. We need to go to some of these big stores and say, let's service our local farmers first and let them sell first. But what that means, because we're moving towards this locavore movement, is that suddenly farmland is going to someday be worth a lot more money. How many people here can eat a rooftop or building materials when they sit down for lunch? Raise your hand.
You're supposed to talk up.
I know. Well,
okay.
I'm just saying,
stick to the rules.
Okay. Well, maybe some of you would venture what type of food you would like to eat. I think you cannot, as Lisa Interlandi said, once it becomes rooftops, you're not going to tear down a house and build a farm. You can always go in the other direction. So the conservative approach is to preserve agriculture first. That's what you should be doing, and that's what the county bondholders are asking you to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul Petrelli at the other line.